Sports Live. Who's this?
Is Tyler?
Yes, this is.
Tyler Tommy Kramer.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Not too bad. I'm big fan of yours. Just watching highlights and stuff, and I got a chance to talk with Carol, and she was actually able to get us set up with you, which is really nice of you being able to call in here. And
Right.
Basically,
we're gonna be taping it, or we're gonna be doing it live on the radio.
Doing it live.
Okay.
I got about 5-6 questions for you. They're probably pretty easy, but just kind of something to give a quick rundown. The era you played in the NFL with the Vikings is completely different than what Teddy Bridgewater is dealing with in today's NFL. How would you classify your time in the NFL and how it is different than what Bridgewater is dealing with?
Well, the most glaring thing is that back when I started out, those corners could come up and bump and run all the way down the field with any of the receivers, even the ones coming out of the backfield. So you had Lester Hayes and Michael Haynes, I think that's his name, Michael Haynes, cornerback for the Raiders. And, those two big guys, your receivers had trouble getting off the ball.
Yeah, definitely.
And then, at that time, hell, there was no protecting the quarterback.
Yeah. Times were a lot different back in your day than what they are now,
Well, the biggest thing is the difference is there wasn't the money back then.
that too. The money, what I feel is all the lame excuses the refs and the NFL comes up with for penalties and not being able to really touch the quarterback. That's not football.
Yeah. Well, but the other thing too is that you have to protect your glamour players as best you can.
Yeah.
And the quarterback's the most important.
Yeah.
Most important player you have on the team. Because he puts everything in motion.
That's true.
So, it can make a difference in the season. Like quarterback goes out, it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Nowadays they're paying these quarterbacks so much money, even still, the game doesn't get any better. Look at Dallas.
Yeah, exactly. You had Romo, and then now you're sitting there, and you have Matt Castle of all people running the ship down there. But what were some of the hardest lessons you learned as an NFL player, and when did you get that wow feeling that you actually have a chance to go pro?
Well, I knew I had a chance to go pro, and I was in my sophomore year of college at Rice University, where the Vikings were playing the Miami Dolphins. And so I got into the game as an altar boy at Rice Stadium, and we had the press for all the mass for all the Boy Scouts. And so I went in as an altar boy, and so I got to stay in there and watch the game. And so then, and I was looking at, and I watched the game, and I looked at I wanted to go out to the tunnel. I could go down there to the tunnel because, I played football there. And so I just wanted to see how big Tarkington and Bob Greasy were. And so I saw how big they were. I said, well, hell, I know I got a hell of a chance playing this league.
Yeah.
But as far as the worst lessons are the ones when you get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
But you learn from it.
Yeah, definitely. And then, half the teams that, go down and get blown out 41-0, you come back next week and half the time they come back and they win by 7 or 14, Yeah.
Some days you just have bad days, offense is playing bad one day and defense is playing bad one day, well, then you're going to get beat.
Exactly.
You know?
And then and then what were some of the pleasant and unexpected surprises you had as a pro?
Oh, well, it was the most unexpected surprises that I had was walking off the stadium my rookie year, the first game we were playing the LA Rams out at the whatever that stadium was called back then, where the Rams played. What was the name of that stadium? You remember?
No, I do not remember off the top of my head. It's right there.
Yeah, the LA Coliseum.
Yeah, I was going to say the Coliseum.
There you go.
Yeah, and so we were walking off the field at halftime, and old Joe Namath comes up and puts his arm around my shoulder. He said, "Damn, Rook," he said, I watched you play quarterback in college from games that I saw. I said, "Looks like you're going to be pretty good in the NFL." I said, I mean, to me, I was just, I was elated and honored with, that he'd come seek me out.
Right. Yeah, that's a pretty big name, to come up and say that.
Oh yeah, my two favorite quarterbacks were Johnny Unitas and Joe Namath.
Oh yeah.
Growing up.
Yeah. What are your current thoughts on the way that the NFL is going, and do you see it dying out at some point?
No, I don't think it dies out. I don't think it'll ever die out because too many people want to watch football. They want to be a part of something. And you can get 70, 80, 90, even college ball, 100,000 people at the game now.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, the only thing that would be bad would happen if, something happened that the networks couldn't fund it.
Yeah, that too.
So, I mean, that would be the biggest devastation of it all, if the networks weren't funding it.
Yeah. And then, what are your current thoughts on this Vikings team this year? And do you like what the direction that Zimmer's got us heading?
Zimmer's defensive coach. All right.
Yep.
And all you got to do is not turn the ball over. You're going to have a chance to win.
Exactly.
And because their defense is, it's been getting better gradually. Yeah. So it's if you can keep growing that defense, and now you've got a second-year quarterback.
Yep.
And you've got how many every year running back. But what hurt them early in the season was the loss of their two starting right side of their line of scrimmage on offense, tackle and guard.
Definitely.
I mean, that first game, I didn't see anybody blocking anybody.
No, it was atrocious.
I mean, I've never seen something so bad.
Yeah. It was. I think that was the wake-up call we needed, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then, basically, one of the favorite highlights I've always watched of you numerous of times, the miracle at the Met. Can you elaborate and tell us what that felt like and what went through your head at the time as you seen Ahmad Rashad haul in the catch?
Well, I mean, we knew we had 14 seconds to go on our own 20-yard line with no timeouts. So they tell me, all right, squadron right, squadron hook and lateral.
Yep.
And so that's when Teddy Brown came around from the side, and Steve Brown doesn't even catch it. Or Joe Sensor. Well, I think it was Joe Sensor in 80 for Steve Brown. Or not Steve Brown. What was his name? What was the tight end Brown? It was 83. Wasn't it?
Would have that been? God.
No, this was 1980. Sensor was starting linebacker at that time. I mean, starting tight end.
Yeah.
But hell, and then after Sensor got hurt, so anyway, so Joe Cincher bats that pass back to Teddy Brown. Teddy Brown's smart enough to look up, going up the sideline, step out of bounds at the 46-yard line with 6 seconds left. You know, so then we go, all right, squadron right, squadron hook and lateral. And I said, don't let but the middle guy jump for the ball. You wait for the tip on either side. I said, you know, because we worked on this every week, you know.
Yep.
And it finally came into effect where we had to use it. And so I throw the ball up right to the goal line, and Teddy LeCount tips it up in the air, and I guess one of the Browns' defensive backs tip it, you know, kind of backs it to the right a little bit, and Rashad catches it walking backward in the end zone.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the biggest moments that I actually have followed and researched on from back in the day. As I was born in '92, so I kind of didn't get a good enough chance to relive all that stuff. So,
Yeah.
I think I finally found who it was. Steve Jordan.
Steve Jordan.
Steve Jordan.
Yes,
yeah.
there you go.
Jordan. Yeah.
But,
And so then the next one we were playing, my first one, when I was a rookie, we were up at the old Met in December 4th, 1977. And Bob Lee was the starting quarterback. Tarkman broke his ankle against Cincinnati. And, you know, and I went in and replaced him and, you know, led us 3 scoring drives. I can't remember the touchdown passes or what, but, you know, and so we beat Cincinnati 42-10 after Tarkman broke his ankle.
yep.
But, you know, I didn't get to start after that. Bud didn't like starting rookie quarterbacks.
Yep.
And so on that December 4th of 77, we're behind 21-14 with 8 minutes and 8 seconds left on the clock. And they're punting to us, and I didn't even know what yard line we got the ball on, you know, 20 or 30 or somewhere around there. And so as the punt's going up in the air, Bud starts walking by. He said, Kramer, get in there. And I had the big cape that I brought 2 sauna rocks in out of the sauna machine. The sauna rocks, those big rocks they're using saunas, because Bud always told me whatever do to keep your hands warm. You know, I don't care what you do. but those other guys, they don't get to keep their hands warm.
Yep.
And so I go in there and I dropping that stuff off of me, and I thought one of them big rocks was going to land on my toes and break some of my toes. And so I'm trying to run out on the field, and I can barely even bend my ankles. He didn't give me time to warm up or nothing. And not even loosen my arm up.
Yep.
You know, as I go in there, and I throw like 5 passes, and it was a touchdown. You know.
Yep. But yeah.
And so we were winning. They scored a field goal, so we were behind 24-14. And we get the ball back, and I go in the next series and throw 6 passes. Then we score a touchdown. So now and then they scored a field goal, so it's 27-21. And so then we get the ball back with, you know, a little more than 2 minutes left. And I go in there, I throw 2 incomplete passes, so I call timeout. And I said, I want to talk to Bernsey on the phone. Bernsey was up in the press box. Nice warm place to be. And so I said, Bernsey. I said, what you got? I go, I don't know, what you got? I said, well, I mean, do you want me to try to get this in one play, or do we want to just use 2 plays to get the first down? I don't know, whatever you think. Whatever you think. And so I said, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put Rashad on the outside, Sammy on the inside slot to the right, because every third down I've been getting double zone repeatedly. said, and I'm going to pump fake the Rashad on the sideline, and I'm going to tell Sammy to run right up the inside shoulder of the strong safety, but don't cross the middle of the field. And he goes, "Oh, that's a great play." And so I hit Sammy with a 69-yard touchdown pass, and we beat him 28-27.
Yeah, that was another good one too. Sitting there, you know, obviously got to watch YouTube clips on that, but that's definitely another one of those great come from behind wins. But yeah, well, we appreciate you calling in the Sports Live here, Tommy. And hopefully maybe we can set something up again later if you're up to it, if you have time and whatnot.
Yeah, that's no problem. You got my number on there, don't you?
No, I got Carol got a hold of got everything set up this time, but
right, but you didn't get my caller ID number.
No, she never gave that to me. Well, we
like now, and y'all up there in Minnesota?
Yep, we're actually over by Marshall right now.
Well, okay.
Alrighty, well, we appreciate.
Y'all go to different places around there and do different shows, or what do y'all do?
We basically just do it right here, right now, and then maybe we'll expand out. But anyway, we appreciate the call, and we will talk to you again later.
All right, Tyler, you have a good one, man.
All right, sounds good. Thanks again, Tommy.
You're welcome. Take care.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.